and I ride within my limits because I ain't trying to die. I don't want to die today. I don't want to die. Now let me tell you why. No, in all seriousness, like, I wanted a tire that would be good for commuting but also good for the corners. And I've had, almost since I got this bike, I want to say it was 2016 when I got this bike, and I put Pilot Road 3s on it, and I've been actually really happy with them. They wear really nice. They're not wearing in the middle at all. They're still round. Like, I can go like this and it's super smooth side to side. When I do that, I automatically speed up, and it's really funny. I don't know how to not do that, but it's super smooth when I'm going side to side because the middle is hard and the sides are soft. So that's what I got on this bike, are the Pilot Road 3s. And so when I needed to get new tires on the FC6, I said I'm getting the exact same tires for that. And like everybody, you get tires on RevZilla.com because, you know, you get points, rewards, whatever. I don't know, Zilla Bucks, Zilla Cash, I think that's what it's called. And so I went there and they did not have the sizes I needed, because the FC6 and the R1 actually have the exact same size. And so I was like, well, what do I do? So I kept looking to see what they had, and the Pilot Road 4s came out. So I got the Pilot Road 4s. And those, so far I've had them for a few months. It was definitely the later half of summer that I got them. And they seem to be just fine. I haven't had any issues with them. They're, obviously they're similar. They're supposed to be, because it's just the newer version of these ones. And I just like the way they ride. I don't have problems with like spinning out, burning out when I start up fast. But part of that is tire, part of that is conditions. I like to ride when it's dry, and I stick to warmer weather typically. I do ride when it's chilly, but I don't ride a lot. It's not my main thing. It's, I really need to go ride, I'm gonna go for a ride. So it's that, but also the tire, I think, plays a lot into it. Like, obviously don't dump the clutch. You'll either wheelie or burn out. You'll probably loop it. But just riding responsibly, I don't have issues with the tires at all. And I want to say they're even rated up to 135 miles an hour or something. And I don't really plan on ever going fast. I typically just ride on the roads, and if I'm going fast, it's not 135 miles an hour fast. Because I don't want to die. Remember, we talked about this. I don't want to die. Yeah. So I love Pilot Road tires. I'm on the 3s and 4s right now. I'm on the 3s and they're awesome. This must be a truck route because this is a second guy. I bet they're going to that fruit warehouse or something, because those are refrigerated trucks. Ooh, that diesel smell. That big old diesel smell. But yeah, all that being said, the FC has been a super fun bike, and we'll kind of see what happens this next season, to see if I keep the bikes, or if I get rid of both of them, or get rid of one of them, or kind of how everything plays out. My dad really wants me to get rid of both of them and get one really nice bike. And I think there's some great thoughts with that, because sometimes it's just super nice to have a bike that is super reliable, and you walk out to your garage and it starts up every time. I don't have that luxury with this bike. This bike has a mind of its own. And I'll walk out and be like, I'm gonna go for a ride today. I'm gonna man up. I'm gonna go for a ride. And she said, no, it's too cold. I don't want to go for a ride. It's too cold. You're not gonna go. Just like that. That's actually what my bike's voice sounds like. So sometimes I don't get to go for a ride when I want to go for a ride because the bike doesn't want to go for a ride. And I don't like that. Got something in my eye. I don't know how. I got my visor down. Got my full face helmet on with my visor down. Oh, the bike's really warm right now. Feels good. I do hope this semi turns off soon though. I'm kind of sick of being behind it. Keep turn. You're not gonna, so I probably will. I just want you to turn. That reminds me of a time. No, it doesn't. It doesn't remind me of anything. You know, I've always been like kind of annoyed with semis because it's like, oh, they go so slow and they're always in the way. I'm turning because you're not. I used to always get super annoyed with semis because they'd always go slow and it seemed like they were always in the way. And it's like, dude, why do you ever get over to pass somebody when there's like 100 cars coming up to pass you guys? And then they still get over and you're behind them for like 15 miles while they pass the other guy. Yes, that's an exaggeration, but that's what it feels like to me. Oh yeah, another guy. How you doing? Yeah, he's out here on his bike too. Yeah, we out here riding. But yeah, it's like semis, why do you go so slow? Why do you get in our ways? And for the first time a few weeks ago, I drove a Ford F-250. So for all you Ford guys, there you go. You know, you love your Fords and I say keep them. And I'll take my Chevys. But I drove a Ford F-250 long bed truck with a 24-foot trailer that was loaded super heavy. And I drove that all the way from the west side of Washington to basically the center of Washington. And let me tell ya, going over Snoqualmie Pass with that trailer helped me understand so much about semis and how they feel. Because I was that semi guy passing the semi guys because I couldn't quite go as fast as the rest of traffic because that trailer wasn't loaded correctly. It was loaded with all the weight in the back. And for those of you that know anything about trailers know that is super awful and that's super dangerous because that's what makes them swerve side to side. So I had to go kind of a bit slower than traffic, and when I would pass a semi, that trailer would whip me around so bad. But I drove all the way back, however many miles that is, with the trailer like that. And I have to say I have a little more patience and respect for semis after that trip, because it's really all they can do. And I knew that before, but I know it at a different level now because that's all I could do. And I wasn't like on this I pass a semi in a second or less if I really wanted. I don't. I pass them quick. I wait behind them, and then I pass them when it's clear because I don't like sitting beside them, and that's just my thing. So I'll wait a little bit off their back corner before the car in front of me passes them all the way, then I'll go. It's just what I do. I don't know if every biker does that or any other biker has ever done that, but you know, that's what I do because semis kind of terrify me. So I have so much more respect for semis because I drove in a slow Ford. Sorry all you Ford guys, it just made you mad. I will say there was a guy, because it was my boss and I needed to pick up a few trailers. There was a guy that was like, hey, if you need help, let me know. I'll bring my Ford because you're gonna need it when your Chevy breaks down. And we're like, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. My boss borrowed a Chevy from his father-in-law and it started leaking coolant. We have no idea where from, because we filled it back up. The guy in the Ford came and helped us out. He picked up the second trailer so we could drive the Chevy back without a load, and it made it back and it didn't even leak more, and then it went even farther east by another hour or so and it was still fine. So I don't know what it was, neither does he. I don't know if he was just driving it really hard, because he was driving it a lot harder than I was driving. I was taking it kind of easy because it wasn't my truck and it was just a borrowed truck from somebody, so I don't want to ride their truck super hard. But I don't know, it could have just been because his trailer was loaded better, he could go a bit faster, which I think was a big part of it. I think that was kind of the main reason he could drive the way he was driving. Wow, guys. Remember last week? Or who knows how many weeks ago now, because this video is going really long. Remember when we were at this stoplight and I went straight through that way? Yeah. This is probably going to be split up into multiple videos now too. So we'll see. We will see. I think I've been recording for 20 minutes. I think that's what it just said. When I look like this, it's because I'm looking at my GoPro to see if I'm still recording. Because if I'm not recording, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Because I've spent a long time talking to myself, recording